Recently, I said that Black people need to stop justifying Karmelo Anthony and Metcalf. I also said that if you look for reasons to apply double standards to others, others will look for reasons to apply a double standard to you. And now it's happening.
Yes, it is happening. I don't know if you've seen this. This guy sent this out. Keller Rittenhouse, Karmelo Anthony deserve life in prison. This tweet is having 16.1 million views on X. When I saw the reactions to this tweet, extremely concerning. This is coming a day after Austin's dad respond to Carmelo team. If you've been following this, you realize this guy the other day released a video going off on this dad. It is important we take an exclusive look. Before we go into that video, first take a look at this.
Recently, I said that Black people need to stop justifying Karmelo Anthony and Metcalf. I also said that if you look for reasons to apply double standards to others, others will look for reasons to apply a double standard to you. And now it's happening. 8 days ago, a woman named Shiloh Hendricks went viral. At a park, a 5-year-old Black child allegedly tried to take something from her child's diaper bag. It got leaked online and she got threats. So she started a fundraiser. People rallied to her defense, largely in response to Karmelo supporters. Here's what these situations have in common. First, massively disproportionate responses. Karmelo suing Austin was disproportionate. People threatening Karmelo and his family, disproportionate. Shiloh using a racial slur on a child, disproportionate. People threatening Shiloh and her child, disproportionate. The second thing they have in common, neither Karmelo nor Shiloh have taken any responsibility. Karmelo hasn't acknowledged any wrongdoing. Shiloh claims she called the 5-year-old Black kid what he was. These are children. Shiloh has raised more than Karmelo. And to be clear, Shiloh should be protected from, she deserves condemnation, and she is not 100% victim and 0% responsible. But why is she getting so much support despite her misbehavior? Because Shiloh is a mirror. Shiloh is reflecting the victimhood narrative that some Black people have overused for years. Some of her supporters are simply race, but many others are white people tired of feeling demonized for being white. Just as many of Karmelo's supporters are Black people tired of discrimination. Both sides have gone tribal. Neither sees clearly. So I say this to the Black people on Karmelo's side. Yes, Black Americans have faced discrimination. And the solution to an old double standard is not a new one, because a double standard is a double-edged sword. It cuts both ways. If you want to be treated as an equal, you also must treat others as equals. Don't ignore the responsibility Karmelo has because of his race. And if you can't do it because it benefits society, do it because it benefits you. Shiloh is a mirror. You can ask for a better mirror, but you can control who stands before it. And as for the white people justifying Karmelo's thing, I get that you want to help Black people, but this isn't helping. It's enabling self-sabotage. To the white people defending Shiloh, I get that you're tired of being portrayed as perpetrators all the time. And if you make Shiloh out to be 100% a victim, you will fall into the same trap that Karmelo supporters have, because that's applying a double standard too. And you might counter, well, that's what's been done to me, which is true. And it can get a lot worse if this cycle continues. So air your grievances. But please, don't create new ones. So now we're left with an obvious question. Who should take responsibility first when both sides are responding to perceived wrongs with more wrongdoing? And the answer is you. Because in this race between races, no matter who wins, all of us lose.
Yes, I must confess, this guy makes a lot of sense in all his videos. The first clip he released linking to Carmelo, I don't know if you saw that video. I'm going to show you before we go into this full analysis of the whole situation. He said something here that drew my attention. No person is right. You cannot justify wrong by doing wrongs. It doesn't work that way. We identified that people raising money for this situation at the beginning, it was a wrong thing. Okay, Charlotte came out like she need to be protected. Okay, the other people, the other side decided to counteract that by supporting her massively. They are all doing wrong. If I saw that lady coming out to say what I said was not okay, I will reflect. Yeah. Now people are saying we are fighting back. That is what I see pertaining to this whole situation.
Armed human. This shouldn't be complicated. It also shouldn't be racial, but it's getting treated that way. I see black people leaping to the defense of Carmelo with their words and their dollars. I see the family raising as much money as the family of a kid who was people donating to Carmelo. Would you do the same if he killed another black kid? What if a white kid has a black kid? Would you donate to the white kid then? If we didn't know the races of the people involved, what would you do? Are there ways that black people have been treated unfairly? Of course. And now, we're letting tribalism get in the way of truth. Being black shouldn't mean getting held to a different standard for better or for worse. We can't keep doing this thing where black people are always 100% victims and 0% responsible. We can't fight yesterday's injustice with today's double standard. That hurts everyone, including black people. Because if you look for reasons to apply a double standard, others will look for reasons to apply a double standard to you. Carmelo killed a kid. He turned a disagreement into a death. He took it from 0 to 100 when he had every chance to walk away. He took a life and ruined his own. And that's the only thing that should be black and white here.
Update. If you love what I'm doing here, if you have not subscribed to this channel, please endeavor to do that. It will do you no harm. If you share the video.
Rosa Parks days is over. You cannot think that you can move somebody out of a seat that you don't own and think that it's going to be okay. And you can't determine how I'm going to retaliate on you when you put your hands on me in an aggressive manner. Austin Metcalf got exactly what he deserved.
But white people, obviously not all of you, so let me just get that out the way, but a bunch of y'all are just a bunch of rated crisis actors.
People really believe that that kid had the right to tell Karmelo to move. If that kid would have just minded his own business, would he or would he not still be alive?
Nobody is celebrating the death of a child, Richie. And I really want the people who think like you to really step outside the box here. This is where your critical thinking comes into play. We're not celebrating the child. We are acknowledging Carmelo's right to defend himself. And that's the problem. The problem is that we are acknowledging his right to defend himself against bodily harm. You cannot tell somebody how to respond to your threats and your disrespect. No, you can't. If you threaten to do something to me, and if I feel like you really will do something to me, I'm going to protect myself at all costs.
Yes. Kelly Rittenhouse released a statement pertaining to this whole situation because the whole case is now being centered around him. People doing comparison to him, like, why is it that when this person was doing this raising money, this particular group of people did not complain? This is what I've observed, I've seen circulating on social media. Kelly Rittenhouse released a statement. If you look critically, you realize it is having about 14 million views. I've seen it. I should tell you the weight that simple tweet had. This is coming a day after this guy came out still calling out Austin's father. Like he had no right to be in that location. And the media didn't take that lightly. A lot of people reacted with anger, like this person just want to continue to trend to make, in fact, the more we struggle to forget about the whole situation, they continue to trigger it. If someone told me that by today I will still continue to report on this case. I will say a lie. It's as a result of how they triggered people. They released them, released videos after a few weeks. It's crazy. Like Austin Father said on News Nation, justice will prevail and the truth will come out. So whatever thing they're struggling to do at this time is crazy. I don't know if Keller Rittenhouse tweet was necessary. Yeah, because to me, he could have stayed silent on this case. I understand his name is everywhere. Even during their press conference, they still continue to call his name, doing comparisons with him. I really wonder how this will end.
Run as well. But more than that, Art, Texas's stand your ground law did not require Karmelo to run. He had a right to stand and defend himself. And I'm going to say that if I am Karmelo Anthony's lawyer, I am arguing to the jury. My client felt that his safety was an imminent threat.
He took it from 0 to 100.
Has been overwhelming. The lies and their amplification.
This is not going to end. Right is right and wrong is wrong. All good.
If you see any clips after this, that is just for the YouTube algorithm.
What if he says self-defense?
There's no self-defense because kids in here and resolve this issue is called conflict resolution.
Again, the evidence is still coming in.
This is definitely a self-defense case because it always is one until you look at the facts of the case and compare the two. You have to compare who was the initial aggressor.
Bedroom, because she's fearful of what might happen to her.
Followers for anything, and then the
Registration Act is
talking about this man, Kilmer.
My summary of the first 100 days is that
if film and TV productions continue to
first term, and you will be very.
So a white woman defends her child